First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Los Angeles Rams and the New Orleans Saints. Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for, and take it. They begin on the ground with Camara. And some room to roam now. And all the way down to the 35. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
Well, they didn't do a lot there to fool anyone. They just came right out and ran the football, but with great success. That's the way you want to get things started. A nice quick opener for a big game.
Staying on the ground on first with Camara. And he is going to lose yardage here. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two. The Saints at 8-2 on the year. And they come in as a team that looks like a well-oiled machine getting ready for the postseason. Winners at 8 of their last 10.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Off the play fake, Winston. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Bobby Wagner, multiple times an All-Pro, in there to drop him for a loss.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became third and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, third and long. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He wants it all for the end zone. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Stafford and the Rams come up, 1st and 10 at their own 16. Here's Stafford. And his throw here is incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
13 yards. First down, Los Angeles.
They'll go again here with Akers. And after the good gain last play, this time they say not up, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Jameis to throw it. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. The kick by Lutz is good. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still a very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar. For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
And his pass, incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford being chased out left. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. He's got room past the 30, and they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Well, that's something that this defense is not going to be able to allow if they're going to have success here. They've got to be able to wrap up and get guys on the ground. They end up letting him get away, and it turns into a big play here early on. I can just see veteran observers of the game shaking their heads.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They run it again with Kamara. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
It's a gain of 2. That's good for the Saints. First and 10 at
10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Winston drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 56 yards rushing for him now to this point.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Kamara gets it again on second down. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's got room. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Looks good on the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey already? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Another try after the first down sack. Stafford, man open his board. It's complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. They'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he is going to have the Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 7. First down, Rams.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
At the 36-yard line.
They'll run a draw now with Akers. And some room to work. There he goes left side. Touchdown, L.A. His 6th rushing touchdown on the year, number 8 overall. And the Rams are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7.
Rams 7.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on third. Now Winston. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Blake Gillikin on the punt now on fourth down. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Harris returning. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Nearly a huge return as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Have a great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal. They'll certainly have the green light here. From just shy of midfield, Stafford looking underneath. He's got Akers. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Stafford on third down. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Back deep, Alontae Taylor. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Play action now, Winston. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled at a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. And he'll be taken down at the 18. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. And we will not see a run back here from Harris. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, obviously, Charles, it'll be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit. And that's why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, free up the D lineman to make the play.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And this is taken in by the tight end, Bryson Hopkins. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Stafford now to throw. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, L.A. Van Jefferson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Rams are back within a score. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
On play action, Winston out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's got some space here. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
Play fake. Winston. And that is incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
They'll go back to Henderson on first down. Bradley Roby, the quarterback, there to make the stop. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Stafford. That's taken in by Henderson. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
You're crediting the defense.
Gotta credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And this one is incomplete.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Taylor now to return it. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Now a pitch out to Kamara. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this 3rd quarter. The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Fourth down, Winston. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. give up the middle to Akers. Down at the 35, it'll be second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Going right back to Akers. And a short gain down to about the 33.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
So 3rd down, and a field goal from here would be right about 50 yards as they try to get closer. Now Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
Following the interception, Winston. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
To throw again on 2nd down, Winston. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Rams are right back in this football game. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the 2nd half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
32. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A give running right is Akers. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
From the 50, Stafford. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. Henderson now on 1st and 10. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12. At the Saints' 26-yard line.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. On 2nd and 12, Stafford, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now Stafford. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. drop him as that clock continues to run.
Well, when this drive began, the offense only needed a field goal, but the defense ramped up the pressure, and after back-to-back sacks, they're feeling confident they might keep them off the board.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. Got a man, it's Higbee complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Saints will have the football back. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Again, it's Kamara. And some room to maneuver. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 140 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Winston here to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points. And he could not get that to stick. And that is a golden opportunity wasted there. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half. But their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for New Orleans, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for L.A., it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs.